Hey guys, welcome back to another DMK live stream. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing night tonight. So the Baby Kingdom unfortunately did not start with chapter 2 yesterday. I kind of wish it had of, but unfortunately I wasn't able to stream until now. So I kind of just left it and I didn't really have time to deal with it anyways. So I figured I would just kind of talk to you guys about what happened in chapter 1 and sort of start chapter 2 and see what I can actually do with it. So I will do a couple of shout outs right now. I think it's a good time while I think the stream's connected perfectly now. If it hasn't, just let me know in the chat here. So we've got Tesco, Dash, Becky, Stacy, Amanda. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the stream this evening. So let's start with the dialogue here. So we've got Maleficent. If that simple hex stymied my foes, then this next spell will destroy them utterly. Merlin. Steady on. No matter the obstacles in our way, the forces of goodwill will win. Oh, my name isn't Merlin, which it is. Jokes. So I kind of missed the streak. I don't like when this happens, but I have to start it over, guys. And I'm going to say yes, so I have to go ahead and just claim it as is. So we've got 500 EC here from my progress, or I guess this is the final score, eh? So accept this magical reward for achieving rank. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to read that on the leaderboard. Yeah, I got 500 EC. Still useful, but yeah, did not do as well as I'd planned to. Just with the last, oh my gosh, has it been like, it's under 48 hours, but it's probably like 30 something. I don't know exactly, but yeah, pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, I kind of ruined it here, didn't I? So the daily reward was a uncommon blueprint. Yes, and hopefully it stays there. If it does, then I definitely will watch the video for it later. Here, hold on, let me just check. It stays good. I'll do it after. All right, so let's go ahead here and take a look at what we need to do for chapter 2. So we have the refresh bundle. So it says get ahead in the tower challenge by purchasing, obviously, this bundle. And you will get 8 refresh tokens. So it's a 30% better value. I guess it really wants me to purchase this, eh? Oh my goodness. What is happening? It's like glitching all over the place. That's the currency. Oh, here it is. 279. Now this is in my currency, so it will depend on like where you are in the world, obviously. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds, guys. 1 sec. All right, sorry about that. I just had to deal with something. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of bundles. It's kind of crazy. I was going to check out the tower, but apparently Mickey's got some dialogue here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Oh, it's Beast, which I don't have in the Baby Kingdom. Those lights, they're back again. I was annoyed when Gaston's little friend came back, and now this too. Sometimes I feel like I'll never have peace. But Belle, she wouldn't want me to just get angry about it. She'd want me to think it through and then do something. Oh, I know. Maybe I could... The thoughtful approach. Sorry guys, my voice is a little bit dead tonight. Send Beast to see where the light is coming from. So I would need Beast in order to do this, but that comes from a legendary chest if I want him. So Mrs. Potts does come in a separate bundle. So this is new. I'm going to screenshot this just because it's here, and yeah. Mrs. Potts plus, whoa, 5, 6, 15. Okay, so tokens basically to get her to a level 3. How much is that going to cost? $6.99. Not too bad. Now let's go ahead and take a look, guys, at what Mrs. Potts would be in terms of a legendary chest, like where she falls in terms of rarity. So let's start at the bottom. Oh, she's common. Is that a good amount? I think in this case I would have to say no. And I guess Beast Castle. So I guess this is why they keep recommending. And I didn't know this for the Big Kingdom just because I already have them. And like I just never really thought about it. Like I knew Beast was common, but Beast Castle is uncommon as well. And Mrs. Potts. Which means, guys, that realistically is kind of crazy. They're only going to ever give us common items. Like Jack was common as well in his house. Alright. Can you ever give us uncommon things? But if they do, they'll charge us an arm and a leg, right? Because Cogsworth, I believe, is the reward for Chapter 2. And yeah. Okay, we're going to go check. Let's go check. Since it's Chapter 2, I bet you we get one uncommon, right? Oh, wait, that's the characters. I'll take a look at it in a sec. Why am I... Yeah, I know it's here. Okay. I didn't swipe over. I was like, why do I feel like a noob? I got it. Whoa. That's why he's more. So I guess this basically explains why characters and attractions are the amount they are. And I guess I'll have to address this in the DG streams. Is because Beast Castle is common and Cogsworth is uncommon. So that's why he is as much as he is. Good to know. So, guys, we know about the ears hats for Snow White's Prince Charming. We know this, but I'm just kind of, I get it now. Light bulb. If you guys have seen, like, Minions, you get it. Yeah. So basically anything that's from common is going to come up 2,000 EC, and anything that's uncommon is going to be 5. Or at least that's what I'm thinking right now. It's like I'm putting pieces together here. Alright. I mean, I could buy Beast Castle, and I could buy Jack's house, but I think I want to wait and see here. This is going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure what to do. Thinking. I mean, I could make a purchase, but yeah. Oh, I look up to a very pleasant surprise. Melissa, thank you so much for using Super Chat on Swirly Pops. So Melissa says, just wanted to send you some love. Aw, thank you so much, Melissa. You're honestly so sweet. And I just want to say thank you for being such an active part of Disney's Heroes Battle Modes games like Guild, the Sugar Rushers on server 10. Like, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Melissa is one of the very active members. There are a bunch of you, obviously, but again, special shout out to Melissa who used Super Chat. A big heart to you. If I had my hands visible to do it, I'm sitting in a dark room, so it is impossible to do. But yeah, I will definitely make sure I do that for you either tomorrow or Thursday. Just trying to sort out some of my schedule stuff. Had a little bit of a thing that I just didn't expect. Life stuff that's not particularly great, so I gotta wait and see like what I need to do to help out. So thank you so much for using Super Chat anyway. So her request is the voice of Jack Skellington. Oh my gosh, I don't know why, but I was like, this is Halloween, but I was like, nah, that's not really Jack that does any of that. Do you have a particular line you'd like me to do? We know Xavier is always on top of that, as always. Nothing has come through yet. So let me just see. Let me just like come up with something that I've already got in store. Let's go ahead and like talk about Halloween and Christmas because obviously they're both amazing holidays. Oh, I absolutely love Halloween. But then again, what is this? It's a holiday that we all want to be a part of, and that's Christmas. Naturally. So thank you so much, Melissa. Hopefully you enjoyed the voice impression. Sorry, my voice is like, it's not like gone, but I can feel it's getting like vanilla-y raspy right now. So thank you so much for your contribution to the channel. All right, let's go ahead here and, well, why is it always, I check like mystery reward. Okay, and not at this particular moment because I realized I couldn't because of the dialogue that came up at the beginning. But usually when I check the mystery rewards, it's so ridiculous. It's like, oh, I'll record now. And then as like I check, I'm like, oh, it doesn't, like it's not there. So I'll play and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to purchase some tokens. And this is more like DG related. And I'll go start purchasing a token or two. And then all of a sudden the mystery reward will be like green. And I'll be like, oh, really? Right in the middle of my recording. So it makes it super difficult for me to just do any voices. Anyways, it's so crazy. So crazy. But yeah, we know this is up. I think it'll go to Battle Heroes screen or else it'll be DG. So I apologize. But you know what? I know this is highly requested on the channel. So I apologize for the DG like screen at the moment. Wow. I'm just going to let you know what? Let's just show it. So this is a fine ad to show. Sometimes the ads are a bit weird. So this is a Lego Life app, guys. And just saying, like, it's super kid-friendly by the sounds of it and stuff. Looks awesome. But realistically, like, how many kids can build half of these Lego things? Like, some of them are super kid-friendly, but there are others that are, yeah, just not. They're meant for adults. I don't know how this is going to work with all of YouTube's changes and stuff like that. It's going to be interesting to see what ends up happening. But, yeah, when you look at things, like, realistically, like, Lego is so kids. Yes, I get it. But so, like, when you think of especially, and I'll use this as an example, or I'll use two examples because I know this is super true. And that would be Lego Star Wars and Lego Harry Potter. There is like no child in the world that can handle that. And I'm an adult, okay? A young adult, we'll put it that way. And to be fair, I can't even build half the Lego stuff that is like the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that. Like it's too many pieces. I just can't do it. So yes, Lego is meant for kids in terms of like the pieces size and stuff. Like it's safe for kids, but it's not really like meant for them to actually build. But not even actually build. It's just they won't ever appreciate like, you know, that they own the Millennium Falcon or the Hogwarts Express. Like, it's just never going to happen. So it'll be interesting to see where Lego fits into the grand scheme of all of YouTube's changes. It'll probably fit under kids for like 2 years. And then once they figure out what they're actually doing, it'll change to like part kids, part adult, depending on how you present it, right? But yeah, I was just thinking just now, I was like, oh, Lego. Like it's a really tough market. I mean, Harry Potter is like for everybody's age, but if, you know, you play a game that's like a certain age group, it's like, oh, well, it's kid friendly for kids to actually watch. Doesn't mean how you present it's necessarily kid friendly, but if you play a kid friendly game like DMK or HPHM, yeah, you're going to fall under an interesting bracket depending on how you present it for sure. Okay, so from that video, we got 125 EC, event currency, if you guys don't know, and a single refresh token. Wowza, sweet. Gosh, I'm really happy about that. And we can watch another one. I'll wait till after though to watch it, but it gives you a general idea of what you guys can get from it. Now, I realize that not everybody that plays this game maybe falls under the category to watch ads, because depending on how old you are when you register or what your age is you like put in. Like if you're an like let's say you're a parent playing with your child, you may put in your child's age, but I wouldn't recommend that just because you won't get your free daily gems, like which you see like right here, or your like free magic that you get every day, or even now during tower challenges exclusively, the mystery reward offer. So those things will not be available to you depending on the age that you are. So you kind of have to be a little bit careful about like everything for sure. So like just keep in mind, guys, whatever age you put in like to the game, it's more just like even if your kid's playing, just like even if you just watch the ads or whatever. I mean, the ads are like kid friendly apparently and stuff, even if some of them are a bit like meh gross. They still like they're not, you know, fit under the platform of like inappropriate things. So yeah, just kind of think about it for sure. Like I know there are a couple of viewers out there that are kids. Like I know the majority of viewers though, like for example, like Melissa and Amanda and Xavier. Like I don't know your actual age, but I know you guys are like, for example, old enough to use like super chat. So I know that you're like most likely around the age of 17 plus, if not older. But you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things that we have to like all consider is like as much as this is a kid's game, it's like there are so many adults playing this lovely, amazing game. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see everything. Sorry, I was just trying to like read the chat and I kind of lost my train of thought there. Xavier really wants me to read for Melissa. And sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind on chat. Okay, I'm just gonna like go from here. So Xavier said he wants me to read as Jack Skellington. So sorry if my voice, guys, like either cracks or it's just like super bad. So Jack, here we go. And one more thing. Stop Barrel from leaving. Leave that. Leave that no account Oogie Boogie out of this. Okay, I remember that. Oh, I remember that just perfectly. It was like whatever you say, Jack, and then of course, Jack, whatever you say, Jack, like all in the same. Okay, I'll try. It's not gonna be perfect today, but I will definitely do it. I'm so sorry. Oh, you'd think it would be getting better. Just like it was doing so good, and then just like total like explosion. So we'll start with Jack. And one more thing. Leave that no account Oogie Boogie out of this.
Whatever you say, Jack. Of course, Jack. Whatever you say, Jack.
It's hard to do them all on top of each other, but I promise you it will get better with time. I'm doing better in this tower challenge because I keep leveling up characters. That is a smart move, Dash. Absolutely. I do totally recommend leveling up characters as you go, for sure. Like, if you can kind of keep up with it, definitely do it. I do realize, though, depending on the size of your kingdom, that can be more difficult. Or, it can be very easy on, like, just depending on how much magic you've saved up, right? On top of, like, what level or where you are in your storyline. So, that's great to hear that it's working out for you. You got Maleficent's corn stand from the leaderboard. Woohoo! Congrats, Daniel. That is like super amazing. Super duper amazing. Disney Heroes is good advice. Thanks, Dash. You're the best. Nightmare Before Christmas is one of your faves. I didn't know that. So, Melissa, question to you. I know that there is Sally and Jack in Disney Heroes Battle Mode. So what would that be? I don't usually know this. I think it's DHBM, but I want to check. Disney Heroes Battle Mode. Yeah, DHBM. Sorry. Sorry, I'm super pathetic. I'm like, I think I know this, but I want to make sure because, like, I know this is on here forever. I didn't know that. So, how many heroes do you have, like, at Red then for that collection out of the two? I know Oogie isn't in it yet, but I imagine he could be this year, right? Like, it makes sense. They gotta keep adding to the collection, right? I mean, they had a Jasmine, like, right now. I'm like, really? You couldn't have just done something like, I don't know, a little bit more, like, darkness stuff. I don't know. Let's see here. I bought the gem pack and got Lumiere, LeFou, Chip. Sorry, I was like, oh my gosh, whole French accent took over. Lumiere, LeFou, Chip, Gaston, Be Our Guest Restaurant, and Beast from, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I didn't know you were missing that many characters, Amanda. What? Oh, P.S. Might have messaged you on Battle Heroes about like nothing, but yeah. Just so you know, I haven't done that before. Well, I've done it before, but like for a specific reason. But I literally did it for no reason this morning. I was like, I want to talk. That was a nice sneak peek of Lock, Shock, and Barrel. I don't know if that was like super good, but it's there. Okay, so let's take a look here at the challenge. So as we know, I call like each sort of area where you see a symbol or a logo like for the collection. So for example, this first one here, which I click, is Toy Story, and it's just Toy Story, so it's a little like a brick there. That I call it a slot. If you guys are unfamiliar to that and you're new to like the Baby Kingdom or Big Kingdom, whatever. So basically you click choose. So here there are a certain amount of characters depending on how many you have. They'll all appear here, but they'll appear here differently. So Woody, obviously I have, and he's a 6, so he's like pretty solid level for a Baby Kingdom. We got Sarge at a 4. We've also got Ducky and Forky showing up here, but they're grayed out, which means I do not have them. So I can click the storybook, but again, they're going to be in the shadows. So I have to kind of further my progress, like just in general. It's not even the Toy Story collection, it's just my kingdom progress. So it says my kingdom story needs to be furthered in order to unlock this. So pretty much, like, it's just not... Whoa! Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. I don't like those ads come down like that. It drives me bonkers. So Ducky and Forky anyways aren't going to be used for chapter 2 here because they're a little bit too later on. Then we have in the second slot, we've got Toy Story again, Sleeping Beauty, and Beauty and the Beast. So here we can see the only character we can use is Bo Peep. Ouch. Okay, actually, Bo needs to be brought back. So let's just do that right now. So here she is, coming back to the kingdom. Hi, Bo Peep. She doesn't have her costume yet, but I will get that before I max her out. That's for sure. Bo Peep is now level 5. I hope I look as good as I feel. Beauty and the Beast is back exclusively in Legendary Chest. We'll look at that again a little bit later, though, for like details on certain things. So Bo Peep I have, and she's a 5 now. So she's great to send out. But there's Aurora, Cogsworth, Merryweather, and Prince Philip. So Cogsworth there, he is going to be in the event shop if you guys want him. So realistically, he wouldn't be a bad one to purchase. But the thing is, he is going to be more expensive because he is an uncommon character. I guess I can say now because I know that. It's weird because that's not how they were portraying things before. But I guess they're trying to come up with a pattern, so it works out nicely. At least we can predict like a lot better now, right? So Cogsworth is there, guys, and he'll be another character you can send out to challenge, and you won't have to use a refresh if you don't want to. Like, you can send another person out, even if they collect like base amount of currency, it'll still be golden. Then in the third slot here, we've got Toy Story again. Again. Wally and Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, Nightmare Before Christmas, the only character is Jack Skellington. So, realistically, it's not that great. But yeah. Buzz Lightyear is also there. Now, he's a level 2. I've had a lot of trouble collecting his, like, currency and, like, whatnot. Not currency, like his character tokens to level him up. Currency is just fine, like, which would be magic in this case. Where's Buzz? Buzz. He's ready. Oh, it's 6 minutes. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so he's off, which is fantastic. I love it. I'm just going to read something here, which is something I actually want to address, and I will address it during my next Disney Girl live stream for sure. And I'll address it, though, now, too. Xavier asked, did anyone get the side event quest reward that showed 10 magic and a refresh? So I talked about this in my video I posted earlier. And that was like my whole beginning and current progress to chapter 2. So I did notice that. And the thing is that you still do get the currency that they show when you click to do the quest. So I don't think it's going to work, because I don't have the character in this. Okay. So if I had the character, right, and I click and then it goes specifically to a character. So, for example, it'll be like, let's say Woody here, right? But it'll be like the event quest up at the top. It'll say in the middle between the magic and the amount of hours, it'll say the amount of currency there. So that actually still, like, you still get that currency that it shows there, but it will not come up when you're done the quest. So you'll get it once you're done the dialogue. Like, you can hear the sound if you listen, like, very carefully, and you'll see it, like, pop up. So it does actually come, and I was worried it wasn't actually coming. And that 10 magic is just, like, literally, it's like, really? Do we even need it? Even if you're, like, the babiest of baby kingdoms. 10 magic doesn't really work. So, I mean, it's not even like 100 or anything. So, I mean, we get more for watching some reward for like 30 seconds, like ad thing. So it's a bit weird, but you still do get the currency. So right now, like, as you guys can see, and this is the Baby Kingdom's perfect for this, right? So I haven't done the dialogue or anything, or any of the event quests that have to do with Nightmare Before Christmas, because I don't have the characters in this kingdom, right? So I don't have Sally. I mean, I have Jack because I got him from the legendary chest we purchased with gems. I mean, I could have bought him too, right? But whatever. Basically, I don't have anybody to do the event quest. So what would happen is like each chapter, I'll still get those symbols, right? So if you're a kingdom and you're a big kingdom like Disney Girl is, like, and have a whole bunch of stuff right now, what's going to happen is like you'll do the dialogue and it vanishes, right? But if you're a small kingdom like this one, like Disney Girl's Baby Kingdom, you'll still have the event quests as you go through the chapters. Now, I know this is like a pretty common question, is like, oh, well, after the chapter's done, like, what happens? Well, it's still going to be there, right? Because if you look, the chests for Nightmare are still going to be available to the end of the Tower Challenge. So same with Beauty and the Beast, right? The chests are going to be here till the end. So you can purchase these at any time. I always recommend it at the start because you can get the most out of it in terms of challenging the tower. But if you purchase it whenever, you're still going to be like golden to do that dialogue whenever you want, even if it's like last minute kind of stuff. Like, you're fine. So, like, it's going to be the same with Snow White. In a couple of days, Snow White's going to be added here, and like, yes, that collection will go away after the chapter, but so will all the others. And it's just, like, that's just what happens. But chapter 1 is going to be there the entire event. Chapter 2 is going to be there from chapter 2 to chapter 3. And then chapter 3 is just there until it's over, right? So that's kind of just how it works. And the dialogue doesn't go away. So you can get that currency whenever you want. It's like, it's a good hefty amount of currency. It's like at least 400, right? So you're pretty golden when you think about it. Like, I wouldn't complain off of like what you get for sure. So anyways, we looked at like the characters obviously here. So I don't have Wally or Eve yet because I haven't unlocked the collection. So I don't know if Jack can be leveled up. Maybe I should take another look. So until Buzz is done, we'll talk about the fourth slot here, which is the featured collection, which is Beauty and the Beast. So Beauty and the Beast, we have Beast, Belle, Chip, Gaston, LeFou, and Lumiere. So they're all there. You can choose whichever one you want. Now Mrs. Potts will not appear there, or Cogsworth, because Cogsworth is in the second slot, right? Which you can see there. He's grayed out because I don't have him. And Mrs. Potts, well, I don't have her, and if I click this, it's just going to take me into my storybook, right? So she's in the bundle, or you can try and purchase a legendary chest with gems or real money if you get the chest pack to get it. So what ends up happening here, and I think I may have explained this a little bit differently during my DG video, just because like I usually complete chapters, right, with the tower, so I typically don't usually know how this goes. But if you don't defeat the crystal, which means you don't get all the points, right? So it says, oh dear, Maleficent still controls this crystal, right? So if you don't get all the way to the end amount of points, you don't defeat the crystal. So it says, if you read at the top, it says unsuccessful. So what happens is it still stays purple. I think I might have even said it goes like into the ground, but it just still floats, but it's still purple. So in or four, depending on like where you're at, obviously when you're watching this, is the second crystal comes up. It doesn't have that like black sort of like radiance coming off of it because it's like not like the chapter's still going on, so she can't take over the crystal. But the crystal's there, and if you defeat it, it turns gray and it goes in the ground at the end of the chapter, right? But if you don't, it stays purple and floats and sort of has this like bad energy coming from it. So yeah, just to clarify there, like what actually happens, and you'll get different dialogue too. So what I'm getting with the Baby Kingdom versus like what I'm getting like with the Big Kingdom is a little bit different, because the Big Kingdom's completing the points rewards and the Baby Kingdom isn't. So just sort of to keep that in mind, right? Okay, I think I want to see if I can level up Jack. So I can bring back Buzz. So let's see if I can level up Jack. I should be able to. Yeah, I can. Golden. 36 seconds. So as you guys can see here, this is what you would need to level him up to a 2. So let's just do it. It's 36 seconds, but watch what will happen, guys. I'll bring Jack back in first here. So the last 30 seconds are free, which is, again, like I've said this 1,000 times, like earlier on when I was playing the game, like with the Big Kingdom, was that it's one of my favorite features because the last 30 seconds are always free, and it makes it so much easier to actually like skip things, right? So it's easy. Just click free, and then there you go. You can bring him back. So there's Jack, and again, this is like one of my favorites. I love how he comes out of the tree. So Jack Skellington is now level 2. I've never been fuller of new ideas. I feel like if you came out of like Christmas Town's tree, yes, but Halloween Town, I don't know. I feel like the ideas might be kind of missing. You're so used to it, and you're always complaining about it. All right, I'm going to use Merlin just quickly just to gather things. So 2,583 magic. That's actually not bad for like a full kingdom collect for a Baby Kingdom. It's not even full. Wow, pretty solid. I like it. And now we'll bring back Buzz straight away. To infinity and beyond. Buzz Lightyear is now level 3. And I thought I couldn't get any better. Yay, he's done. Pow. Okay, so let's go ahead actually and do Buzz against the tower. Because like he's higher, so we'll do that right now. We don't have any other Beauty and the Beast here to challenge. We don't have Mrs. Potts, so this is what we get. So we can start it. It's every 2 hours, and we can collect from the tower. And so with this, I guess, roster of characters here, the highest amount of like points and currency I can get is 420 to 728. Wow, that seems like quite a broad range. Is it always like that? Maybe it just seems a lot more just because, like, I don't know, just because like I don't have everything. And the currency is between 70 and 123. Wow. Okay, so there we go. And then when I'm done, it'll put me on the leaderboard here. Now, the leaderboard's quite competitive. I'll start at the bottom here. So it's a little bit different how I do things with the Big Kingdom. But essentially, if you're at the bottom, you're going to be like 6,001 to 9,500. So 9,500 people are on each leaderboard. Like, literally crazy. Literally crazy. Wow. I won't take offense to that, Melissa. I looked up and I was like, wow, I didn't check the chat in a while. And I saw, I literally dozed off. Sorry, long day. I was like, wow. And then I'm reading now, students wore me out today. Like, I think I've had one person tell me that, like, my voice, I think it was during an HPHM, like, stream or whatever, and they were like, your voice is so soothing, and, like, all this. I'm like, really? Really? Like, I don't think my voice is that soothing, but, I mean, maybe because, maybe it is a little bit more just because I'm, like, I feel like I'm struggling a bit at the moment, but maybe it actually is. Maybe I'm, like, monotonic right now. Oh. I know, I'm not going to take offense, but it's just I feel bad for you. What grade do you teach? If I've asked before, I apologize. But, like, I don't think I have. Or if I have, I maybe missed the answer. Are you off tomorrow, Amanda? You sound like you're like a nurse or something. Or like a firefighter. I don't know. Those are like the two jobs that come to mind. It's like, oh, I'm off unless I get called in. I'm like, yeah. I don't know. Beast Castle from a legendary chest. Oh, you got. Oh, congrats, Jesse. Woohoo. Yeah, it's amazing you don't have to spend currency. Second grade. Oh my gosh. That's that's awesome. 7 to 8. Yeah, I was going to say 7 to 8-year-olds. Okay, I'm going to do something right now. I'll probably do this again like in the next like couple of days just because now it's going to be on my mind. But Melissa, whatever you do to like I know you're second grade, but I remember this from first grade, okay? And this was something that literally I haven't been able to get out of my mind. And so, like, for those of you that don't speak French, like, it's fine. But I totally, this is one of those things, like, even if, like, people will be like, oh, can you speak French? If I literally go to this, they'll be like, oh, you're fluent. And I'm like, this is what I learned in, like, grade 1. And I remember the entire thing. So it goes, un petit chat gris qui mangeait des riz, sa maman lui dit, ce n'est pas poli de manger des riz sur un tapis gris. Like, okay, sorry, but like, literally, is basically a little cat eating rice on a carpet. Like, that's very much what it's about. And that's what I remember from grade 1. And like, years and years later, that's what I still remember. So, be aware you could have your student like 10, 20, whatever amount of years later still remember whatever it is you're teaching them, and they will go on to be like, oh, I even remember my teacher's name, and I don't remember most of my other teachers from like elementary, so I'm telling you, it's so funny. Trust me, whatever you're teaching them is gonna be like knowledge for EVs. I love how you're laughing / crying right now. You're like, oh dear. I better be careful what I teach my students, or they're gonna stream it years later. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm stop. Like, I'm literally tearing up, guys. I don't know why. I just feel like it's just so funny to me. And I'm laughing. Like, how you guys are loving this. By my accent. Okay, to be fair, I've never actually confirmed where I am, but I do not have. And if you dare say this, like what is this Step Brothers line? I will fill a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat out of you. But it's like I do not have like the Franglish accent. I do not. And I'm certain my tutor would literally be bonkers if they ever were like, you speak Franglish. Like, I'm pretty sure she's probably gone because I remember she was like super ancient at the time. And I was like, oh dear, she scared me. But like, it was basic things like ours. It was like, I remember she made me sit there for like an hour and go like, ours or, and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I would have never learned to do that had it not been for her. Oh my gosh. And I still remember her name. Oh my gosh. I still remember the smell of her house. Like everything. There's some things that will like never leave you. Can we talk Frozen 2, please? I will address a little bit now. More when I do DG. Just because like I know I'm limited to like everything. What? I'm sorry. I read Amanda camping, and I'm like, really? You're a camper? It's like this. Your vacation is my life? Wait, what am I missing? Oh my gosh. I'm so glad this is like a smaller chat. So I can actually like join in whenever. I'm missing everything. Okay, I'm gonna have to read this later. Even though I like want to, I know it's never like gonna happen. I'm never gonna be able to find what I want. And by the time the video processes and stuff, the chat doesn't process the same, so I'd have to like listen to myself to know what's going on. Yeah. So my question and answer bit got like drowned. Guys, if you were to put me like in a campsite, just letting you know, I'm like the biggest city girl ever. My mom isn't, but I am. And it's like, if you were like, oh my gosh, if we were like besties and it's like, oh, we're going camping this weekend, I'd be like, oh, we're driving there, right? And it would be like, yeah. I'd be like, oh, good, because I'm totally like planning to spend 99% of the time in the car. Like, yeah. No way am I going to be infected by whatever is out there. It's just too dangerous with all these bug diseases now. Like, I used to love the outdoors, but like maybe not camping style. But I'm just like, really? I'm gonna sleep on the ground? Oh my gosh. I feel like my life would be over. Like, I'd probably just have, like, a panic attack because I'd have to, like, lie on the ground in a quiet place when I'm used to hearing noise. Like, I live, like, in a place where I'm, like, I miss, like, the downtown noises of, like, a fire truck. And when I hear them now in the night, I get up, I'm like, ooh, noise! It's like, this is good. I'm like, nope, calm down, go back to bed. And then I'm usually up for the rest of the night. So I'm like, it's, like, horrible, horrible news. Yeah, Amanda, you got called out, girl. You got called out. P.S. I don't know what you said about my DHBM. So I'm like, I don't want to say this wrong. Because I've been calling it HPHM, Race Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. But I keep, like, I know when I talk about it just like generally, like outside of streaming, I always, like, Disney Heroes Battle Mode, I always just say it because I always confuse it with HPHM. And then I go like HPDM and it never works. So it becomes like a huge, like, what game is that? And I'm like, I don't, like what I was just talking about. I don't know. And it's like, Okay, I'm just gonna stop making weird noises because it's coming off weird. Oh, someone doesn't like camping. Hashtag you're awesome. It's not that I can't say I don't like it. I just don't think I could put myself through it because I would have like a mental breakdown with all this stuff. Like if you left me on a beach and said like, oh, they're gonna be like beach things that are gonna eat you, I'd be like, whatever, the ocean can take me. But there's just something about the woods. I would just no. I'm more scared of bears than I am sharks. And that's saying something. Okay. So bronze chest. Wow. Why do we have a Peter Pan? Oh, right. Peter Pan relic. I was like, why do we have that? Wait, that's for Tinkerbell. Whoa. I was like, I don't understand. Whoa, I don't get it. Why is this coming up now? Oh, I have 14 of them. It should be no shocker. Oh my gosh. I made like the clucking noise. I don't know if you heard it because I changed the thing on my mic, so I don't know if it's like working like the same with the audio stuff. But I was like thinking, like when you have like a kid on your knee and it's like and they bounce everywhere and they just laugh in hysterics. It's probably a little too young for you, Melissa. You used to love camping when you were little, but now you don't like it at all. Nathan, yes. Amazing. Like, if you ever go on a date and someone's like, oh yeah, I love camping, I immediately just like shut down and I'm going, oh, I wish I was gaming right now. I know it's super bad, but I was like, yeah. It's not that I don't like the outdoors. I just don't think I can handle that. It's just too much stress on my brain and my mind. Okay, getting out of this because this is swirly. So we'll keep going here. And there's a chance, no way. Sings, there's... Okay, I don't get... Wait, what? Xavier says sings. There's chance... Oh my gosh, is this supposed to be like some country song I don't get? Or it's just like super bad English. There's chance. No way, I can't say I'll go camping. Say I'm in love. Question mark? Just be confused. Sorry. One of the few times. Ohio. I've been to Ohio. I've been to like a Buckeyes game. Oh, they're super fun. Like, if you go to a football game where I'm at, it's just like, and it's the same with hockey. They'll be like, make some noise, and it'll literally have like a noise meter, and it's like that'll be the only time people will be like, oh, we're supposed to make noise. The rest of the time, it's like almost crickets in the stands. And I don't even know how it's possible, and I just like jump up at every chance. I'm like, something happened. And everyone just looks at me, he's like, where are you from? I'm like, same place as you. I don't get it. But when I was in Ohio, it was just like a whole eye-opener to like everybody gets just as excited. It's amazing. One of like the best places. Like, it was college football, but like Buckeyes, oh my gosh, they used to be, at least like the last time I was there, were so amazing. I used to follow like college football like super crazy. I don't mind the camping, but if I came in close contact with a bug/insect and then it flew, crawled on me, everything is shut down, I'm out. Don't laugh at me. I'm not laughing at you. Oh my gosh. That's like literally, that would be me. It'd be like, I'm fine with camping, but like if a bug touches me, I'm out. I'm in the car. But if you say that, people will be like, girl, a bug is going to touch you. Like, if I see a bug in my house, like, I don't even know how, but Like, I don't open the doors for that specific reason. But if it comes in, I'm like, oh, how did it get in? It's magic. And it just becomes this, like, whole meltdown situation. And, like, hiding under the covers. And someone needs to come and deal with it. Because, like, I just can't. It's just, like, fact. It's from Hercules? Get out of here. There's chance. Oh! Okay, but the camping thing at the end threw me off. Now I get it. Okay. You should have. Okay. No, I should have clued in. But the camping thing just immediately, like, I don't know what camping song this comes from, but it comes from Hercules. Now I get it. I totally get it. And I won't even attempt to sing because they have, like, those amazing, like, church voices where you can only get if you go to church. You can hear people and you're like, oh, why? Like, you'll never catch this on the radio. But when you go to church, you'll hear it. A Bug's Life. Can you get through the film? I can. It grosses me out a tad, but, like, I can. Oh, yeah. Bug's Life is great. But it's animated, and it's not touching me. Like, I can't say if there was an animated bug touching me. I can't say I'd feel the same. Right? Like, it just, I don't know how it would work. You have a... Wait, at least I got the dog to wait a spider I saw. Oh, to eat? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Yeah, well, it's like The Life of No Pets. I know there's, like, what is it, The Life of Pets? I think there's a movie. It's not a Disney thing, but, like, there's, what is it, The Life of Pets, I think it's called? Yeah, and, yeah, well, I don't have a pet. I borrow a puppy occasionally from mommy, but, like, it's not really mine. Oh, jokes, amazingness. But when it's you alone... anywhere, it's interesting how you have to deal with situations. That's why I live high. I don't like up high in the clouds. I feel if I'm in the clouds, nothing can touch me. Even if it's not true, I just refuse to listen to anybody that tells me something's gonna get me in the night. There's like, unless there's Spider-Man coming to my balcony, but even still, you'd have to get through the windows, which would be pretty hard. The Secret Life... Well, I know The Secret Life of Pets. I haven't seen number... Wait, have I even seen one? I feel like I... why is it when I always talk about films I haven't seen, it's like I most likely fell asleep through it? Or I was awake through, like, most of it, and then I fell asleep because it got to some, like, part where I couldn't handle. What about butterflies? Okay, when I was a kid, I used to have this thing, and I loved caterpillars. And when I found out they turned into butterflies, I thought it was, like, the most amazing thing. So I used to catch, like, loads of them in a jar, right? My grandpa used to have a tree. I would climb, and I'd catch the caterpillars. And then I was like, oh, they're super pretty. And later on, so, like, this is after he passed, and he passed pretty young, like, for his age and stuff. And I found out later, I was like, oh, I remember I used to catch those caterpillars, and I remember it was a thing. And I was like, you know what? I have to tell you now, but those caterpillars that you used to catch, most of them would turn into moths. And then I kind of associated moths with being furry caterpillars, which most of them are, but, like, it was super gross. I was like, what? Those things are always complaining about that are, like, whatever. I was like, oh my god, I'm scarred forever now. But yeah, no, I used to love petting caterpillars when they were super fuzzy. But those fuzzy ones are moths. The non-fuzzy ones, I was like, oh, they're not that nice. But they're the ones that turn into the pretty butterflies. Super messed up, right? Super messed up. You probably already said this, but what was your goal for the Tower Challenge with this account? So my goal was to at least get... Okay, so it was either like a character and attraction or 2 characters. So just depending on the price of them. So now I kind of, I think I'm getting a better idea. So sorry, I went on like a tangent about just like me in general. But yeah, so Jack Skellington I got. Now I know it wasn't with currency, so I'm most likely gonna purchase his house, and I really want his house if I have Jack because it kind of like works out nicely for me. Now, okay, let's think about now that we know what's going on in chapter 2. So, chapter 2, we know that 5,000 is probably a bit steep for the baby kingdom when you think about it, right? For a character. But then again, we've got the attraction at 2. So, I've got kind of, I think, two options here. I either go for Jack Skellington's house and I go for the Beast Castle. Or I now say I'm going to hang on to the currency I would spend on both of those attractions, which would be about which would be exactly 4,000 EC. And I'm going to put it towards Cogsworth, right? So basically with this kingdom, the goal is to buy as much as I can, or as much as like, it's not as, I don't even know if it's as much as I can from it, but just to get as much as I can from the tower challenge. So, for example, Cogsworth is a bit more expensive than I would like, right? But what are the chances of him coming back as like being a 2000 EC character in the future? It's probably like nothing. Like it's probably like a zero chance, right? Or maybe if it is a chance, I just don't know about it. But it's, when we think about it, we've seen Beast Castle and we've seen Jack Skellington's house come like into the kingdom before, right? So I think how they're doing things, and I don't know for sure, and you guys can let me know in the chat and I'll actually like pay attention. But if, let's say Snow White, is she rare to get? Because right now we've got a common and an uncommon character. So does this mean that Snow White is rare? And then does that mean she's going to be like the 8,000 or 15,000 or whatever she's actually going to be? It'll be interesting to actually see what she is. I remember the Mulan Tower Challenge, and like she was, I don't know what she ended up being in the legendary chest in terms of like rareness and stuff, but I remember in January, I think it was January when that came up, or January to February, in that range, what happened was, yeah, because Princess and the Frog was February, right? Yeah, so that would mean most likely January was Tower Challenge for Mulan. I think I was like, what, number 4 or something? Anyways, point being, Mulan was 5,000 EC and it shocked us. Like, shocked all of us. Like, I had spent so much EC collecting for Cricky, right? The little cricket. And then I ended up purchasing Mulan with the currency, but I'd already spent a whole bunch of currency on the Cricky stuff because I usually buy as I go, right? So it was a bit of a disaster. So realistically, with the Baby King, Big Kingdom will be different, but that is like talk for Disney Girl stuff, right? Baby Kingdom is Jack Skellington. Obviously, I was planning to purchase him regardless with currency, right? So I'm thinking his house is a good call. How many of you would like me to do it now? I'll have to change my thumbnail and my title, but like, how many of you would like me to do it now? I mean, I can wait and just sort of play it out and sort of see what happens, right? Because maybe bringing Snow in is a better option, like Snow White, bringing her in instead of, spending it on the attractions and stuff. But, I mean, I don't know what she's going to be. So, I mean, I can hold off until the end. But I'll obviously take you guys' like, opinions into account here. So Snow White is epic. Okay, so that does make sense. So basically, I think how they're maybe starting to do TCs then is we've got the common, uncommon, and then rare. Because how it used to go, like when we first started doing them, it would be common, common, and common when you think about it. Because Jack Skellington and his house were always together, right? like when we've seen them in tower challenges. Like that's pretty standard. But Beast Castle, it's usually Beast, and this is why usually I predict that. But if knowing that that's what they're doing now I can kind of actually get a better idea. So Beast is common, so that's why Beast in his castle with the LeFou Tower Challenge, it made sense why that was actually just like both common. But this one's uncommon because it's chapter 2, and then chapter 3 is rare. So if we ever see in the future Beauty and the Beast come back and they're in chapter 3, we're most likely going to see, well, maybe that's a stretch, but it would be Lumiere, right? Or at least if we're talking about attractions, it would be Belle's house. If it's chapter 2, well, no, because we saw it come through here. That's confusing. Why would they put Beast Castle and then they'd go ahead and put the Be Our Guest restaurant? Like, they didn't do that. They just put Beast Castle. So what is their pattern? Like, I'm trying to look for patterns, guys. I'm a big person for looking for consistencies, right? Like, if things change, well, that's out of my control. But how I do predictions, like, I don't have necessarily leaks unless they're sent to me or anything, right? It's just off of, like, what I think. So if what I'm thinking is like, oh, Pocahontas would be coming next, it makes sense to continue with blah, 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 then that kind of works out, right? But for Tower Challenge, it's like, oh, you have a Tower Challenge. Okay, so what collections haven't we used? Let's apply them. Now, if we do use them, what characters would be there? So if we're going to use Beauty and the Beast for chapter 2, so should we be looking for in the future uncommon characters being that slot and then common attractions? Like, I don't know. But I'm looking for a pattern here, right? So I always used to see common and common, right? Common and then Beast being common, and that's how it would go. But if that's changing, then that changes how we look at tower challenges and how we save for them, right? If you're missing stuff. Now, the Big Kingdom isn't missing any of this, so it's fine to keep going for Prince Charming. But if you guys are missing something, this changes how you strategize. So again, holding on to that currency isn't a bad thing. But again, like Jack and Cogsworth, they're useful to face the tower. So why wouldn't you buy them regardless, right? So if I can get a hold of Cogsworth, it'll be useful up against the tower. But Jack's already going to be useful up against the tower. And if I can do any dialogue or anything, I mean, I know I don't have Sally, so I can't. But like, if it requires Jack's house, well, that's going to be used currency, right? It's hard to say. Wait. Okay, Nathan says, I'm waiting towards the end to spend my currency. Tesco says save. Sergio says no, save the currency. Charles says, I think you should wait until the end to then spend it. But then that kind of ruins the point of like facing the tower. I know it's where Buzz is, but like, being able to send one of those characters to challenge. And it's hard, right? Like, it's almost frustrating because, like, you want to spend your currency, but then again, you're like, oh, well, is that the best thing I should do? And then what if it never comes back? In the Baby Kingdom, if it's not spending money, then what do? You might miss out on Jack's house forever unless it comes in a legendary chest as part of the calendar reward, right? Like, if it appears as that. Wow, I've actually missed quite a few days here. But like, see here for Alice in Wonderland, it appeared here, right? Like, I didn't get any particular character attraction, but like realistically, that would be your way to get it then, right? And it's not that common that these come up. So what, maybe one a month we can look forward to? It's gonna be interesting to see. Alice needs to be used again. I think if they're gonna be used again, it's gonna be in November or else in like the new year when we have our next tower challenge. So I think Alice is gonna be used again sooner than we think, right? So it'll be interesting to kind of see. I think everybody's saying wait. So I think, yeah, Amanda, you're right. Majority rules, wait to see. So the question you need to ask is which is going to come back in chess first? Probably either Nightmare Before Christmas or Beauty and the Beast. So I would go for Snow. Okay, so that's interesting you said that. So how we're kind of looking at things is like Beauty and the Beast is most likely not gonna come back in a TC for a while, right? So realistically, investing in the Beast Castle and Cogsworth are going to be more beneficial. Nightmare Before Christmas, this is going to come back. We need Lock, Shock, Barrel, and most likely Santa Claus or Sandy Claus, depending on what they call him, right? I usually call him Sandy Claus when I refer to Nightmare, but it's more, we know this collection's going to come back, right? So it's how useful do we want to make it? And is Jack's house going to help me collect the character tokens we need, right? Like my big kingdoms, it's maxed out. Like I don't know any of this stuff necessarily anymore, right? So I mean, it's a tough call, right? But we know Nightmare is gonna come back. Beauty and the Beast, I mean, how many characters are left, right? Like there's Lumiere's love interest, realistically, there's the wardrobe, but I mean, how many characters, and maybe the what is it, the dog, but it's like the footrest, like I mean, realistically, that would be basically, well, I mean, I guess Maurice too, actually. I forgot he was in the kingdom. So I guess we got 4 characters, but I still think it'll be a while before that comes back as a TC exclusive, right? Like it'll be most likely like a year. So I don't know whether that's going to be something we want to wait. And then, wow, Snow White, I don't know when that's going to come back, right? Like it could be a long, long time. We've got we've got all the characters. It's just more costumes, I guess, we can go for, right? So more going for like an evil queen, different look, right? To making her look like an old witchy hag type of thing, or what. So it'll be interesting to see, right? Jack's house collects for Jack, Zero, and Mrs. Potts. So thank you, Kat. Like it's gonna be interesting to see a girl with fighting for music. Yeah, no kidding. Well, Mulan is gonna have a huge expansion. Like if it doesn't, I'd be surprised, right? Like Mulan, there's so many characters they can still build on. I mean, even from the Ancestor Shrine, I mean, you can have the ghosts come in. Like, there's so many things. But Beauty and the Beast, like, there's not that much. When you think about it, like, if you think of, like, oh, who could we squeeze out of this? Like, I don't know, besides the characters I'd mentioned before, there's not really that many options. I mean, there might be that guy from, like, the psych ward, I guess you could squeeze out, too, if you wanted to add him in. But, I mean, how many of us are going to be super anxious to bring him in? Like, seriously. Snow White, yeah, Xavier says Snow White's going to be done for now unless they add the Huntsman. Yes, that's true. But when you think about the classic movie, how much, like, does he really play as a role? And is it worth making a whole TC about him, right? That's going to be debatable. That's definitely going to be debatable. If they were going to save, like, the comfy costume for when he was brought in, plus, like, the Evil Queen's, like, haggy witch costume, like, I get all of those things being together, but the fact is that's not going to happen now because it's being brought in this one. So who knows? It's going to be interesting to see. It's definitely going to be an interesting ride from here. So I won't purchase anything like you guys suggest today. But that's kind of where it's at and sort of what I'm thinking in terms of like, when is this realistically going to come back and how do we handle this from here? So, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting though. I'm kind of interested to see how much currency now I can save up. I'll be more active now with the kingdom now that at least I've done the stream, so I can start like going forward and collecting and stuff. I'm going to be active with it and try and see like how much we can actually get from it. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the live stream. If you guys did, make sure you give it a big Mickey thumbs up. If you guys are new to Swirly Pops, make sure you check out all the content on it because there's a lot of different stuff here for sure. So make sure you check it out. And if you guys want to subscribe, make sure you do and hit that bell for post notifications if you want to know, especially when I'm going to be doing more DMK live streams with the Baby Kingdom. So I'm definitely going to try and do a few more before the TC is done, even if it's just to give you guys like my progress and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how the Baby Kingdom can do, even with my small little setback. Now I might be doing a Disney Girl live stream tomorrow or else Friday. I'll just sort of have to see how things go. I kind of have to wait till like I would say about 9-10 tomorrow to sort of find out how things are going, so like I can schedule things. But if I'm back tomorrow, like at a half decent hour, then I'll definitely schedule a stream for tomorrow again, or else I'll try and squeeze it in Friday. But sorry, I just like I had some unexpected stuff come up, and like I there's nothing like I can do as a person, so I just kind of have to wait and see how things progress. So thank you guys so much for being here. Love you guys. You're all awesome. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next stream.